done that. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. This is your host, ID Jester. We're going to be looking at the GMT Games P500 list. I usually do this every couple months or so. Check to see what games are added to the list, see what games have moved up, what games are charging, all that. And I thought, well, you know what? Maybe you guys would like to come along with me during this journey so you can see if there's anything out there that you might like to pick up, P500, and, find out some more information. So let's get right to it, as we are going to just be going through. Obviously, there's a bunch that they have already shipped, so we're not going to look at those. Right now, they don't have anything charging in final production. And then at the printer, they got quite a few at the printer now. They have Downfall. They have a 3-inch box for the second printing. They have I, Napoleon, which I do have. I pre-ordered that one. It's a Napoleonic solitaire strategy game. So if you like your solo games, might be a good one for you. They are reprinting Labyrinth with a 3-inch game box and the Awakening 2010. I would recommend, if you own Labyrinth or you're planning on getting Labyrinth, get the 2010 expansion. It's a really good one, and it's been out of print for a long time, and they're very expensive. So even if you choose not to use it, maybe down the line you might be able to sell it for some money. If if that's what that's what you want to do, then I would recommend you get it, just because. All right, and of course they got Labyrinth, they got Next War Iran, they got the reprint 4th printing of Normandy 44. We just played that twice in the last week, and obviously we got the 80th anniversary coming up in 7 more days. So I'm going to try and actually play some more Normandy 44 for that. They got the Red Dust Rebellion, which is the coin number 12 in the coin series. This is a sci-fi fantasy first edition to the coin system. There's almost 3,000 pre-orders. Very popular one there. And they got the second reprinting of Skies About the Reich and Virgin Queen, second printing of that. So these are all ones that they will be coming here shortly-ish. So those are the ones you want to make sure, if you don't have them P500 right now, you want to jump on these and add those to your carts. Okay. Then we got a bunch that are in art and final development, which means these will be the next batches that they're going to send out to get shipped. So these are probably going to be the games that are going to be arriving probably October, November, December, January. So, these are going to be the ones coming in about 4 to 6 months from now, depending on, if they're ready to go. So we got a couple 18XX games here. We've got the American Revolution Tripack, Wayne Team, The Voyages of Pandora. This is John Butterfield's newest space game. Baltic Empires, Barbarossa, Army Group North, The Bear Trap by Swords and Bayonets, CNC Command and Colors Medieval Expansion 1. You have the Command & Colors Ancients Expansion 5, which is the Epic Ancients. You have the coin number 13 game, which is China War, 1937 and 1941. I believe this is the Chinese inner struggle to fend off Japan, as Japan was aggressively trying to conquer them before World War I started. But then you had the whole inner politics of China as well. I'm not an expert on that, but yeah, China stood alone against the Japanese Empire. That's not exactly true. That's absolutely not true. But, I'm not going to get into an argument about that. So anyways, they did not stand alone. China War. Anyways, it's one of the ones I think I've ordered one of those. I got all the coin games, so I might as well keep getting them. Might as well. Comancheria. I think I got this one. Also, it doesn't show me if I've got it, but Comancheria, the rise and fall of the Comanche Empire. Probably a good one. Command & Colors. What are you doing, Jester? That's not. Let's read the proper words. Combat Commander, please. This is the Minor Nations Battle Pack. Then you have the Combat Commander Mediterranean and Europe Big Pack. I would highly recommend you get these games. Great games. $99 sounds like a lot, but it's really 2 big box games. You're getting the full Combat Commander game and you're getting the full Mediterranean expansion. So these are $55 to $60 games. So you're getting them for a decent price, $99. So, you want to pick these up if you're a Combat Commander fan. And if you're not, you should still try it. It's still a great game. Command & Colors Napoleonics. Good Lord. This is the Grande battle for the Napoleonics. I don't own that one yet, and I've owned all the other expansions, so I probably should get that one. Okay. Congress of Vienna. This is Game 4 of the Great States series. So, look at all these different articles. Good Lord. They're putting a lot of effort into... Somebody is. Wow, that is awesome. That's some dedication there to whoever these people are that are putting all these out. They are really doing a good job there. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, so this is the strategic CDG for 1 to 4 players. Is based on the Churchill game system, where you're basically trying to win different conferences by playing different cards, and it's a great little system. So I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. Oh, this has got up to 4 players. That's cool. So this is about the diplomacy and negotiation in war in Europe. This must be 1813 to 1814. Interesting. Yeah. Good one. Yeah, I've pre-ordered that one as well. That's a good one, though. All right, Cross Bronx Expressway. This is an interesting one for GMT to be doing because it's not a war game. I don't think. Is it? It is a regular conflict series. Yeah, it's like a Euro game. It's like I don't know if it's worker placement. It looks like different areas. They're going to have different things. You're going to be putting little cubes down and little circular discs to kind of get your expressway so your people can move and do things. Looks cards, obviously. Mounted map board. Great solitaire, 1 to 3 players. with a full solitary system. Yep, I'm definitely getting this one. Yeah, see, you've already pre-ordered it. Definitely looks like a good one. I just don't think I don't think it's a war game, but that's fine. They don't have to all be war games. You got the Cuba Libre solo bot system. So they've probably decided they've updated some of the old games with the new solo system, which is much better than the solo systems that were originally designed. Card and charts. Much better. And they've done it with the Fields of Fire. And now they're going to do Cuba Libre. I think that's probably a good idea. Cuba Libre is a very popular one because of its small size, and if you can introduce the bots to that game and make it a little easier for people to play it, I think more people will buy more of the coin games as well. So, very smart idea by GMT there. Curious Rigo, the 30 Years War. It's operational strategic level game of the 30-year war, which I know absolutely positively nothing about. Absolutely positively. It's right in the middle of complexity, right in the middle of solitaire suitability. 34 by 33 map, 4 counter sheets, 1 to 6 hours, 2 players. You could probably solo it, but yeah, it's a lot of counters, a lot of stuff. Decisive action, tactical battalion command group. These are actually all the ones that are not even ones we went to talk about. These are all the ones that are in art and final development, actually. So we shouldn't even be like, I'm just covering these so you guys know. I shouldn't even be looking at them. You got the reprint of Fields of Fire. You got Fighting Formations. You also have the new Fields of Fire 3. You have Hannibal's Revenge, Henry, Hubris, In the Shadows. Infernal Machine, a reprint of Mr. President, a reprint of Next War Taiwan, a reprint of No Retreat. Both North Africa, West Front, the new West Front, and the old reprint of the East Front. I really want to try the No Retreat system, so probably be getting all those. In fact, I probably pre-ordered all of them, didn't I? Yep, I've ordered all of them. All right. I don't know if I did this one. Did I? Yep, I ordered that. All right. Yeah, so that's good. You also get the Silent Victory, which is part of the Hunters series, but it's the U.S., Japanese, Pacific addition to that. You have Space Empires, the 4th printing with a new box cover art, which is not fair. I don't like my box cover art. I like this one, and I don't want to have to rebuy it just for the box art. That's crazy. I do like that box art, though. Anywho's, also, the final and last expansion, All Good Things Must Come to an End. So that's the 3rd expansion. You also have the Close Encounters and the Replicators. So those are the 3 you're going to need if you want to complete your collection. Talon Tank Duel. Pack 2, which me and Mike Butterjelly just did a little playthrough of Tank Duel last Sunday. So check that out if you want to look for information on that. Great little game. Highly recommend you check it out. More tanks, more good stuff. And we were playing through the solo system with one of the scenarios that's coming out in Tank Pack 2. So you can check that out. It was a nice, interesting battle at Stalingrad. So cool. Battle for Normandy, the reprint. I don't actually own this. I think I pre-ordered it. I did pre-order it. This is probably over. I don't know. We'll see. It's probably got lots of counters, lots of everything. And is it ever going to see the light of day? I don't know. Let's see here. 11 counter sheets. 9 original and then 2 from the expansion. So you are... It's $105, but you're getting a ton. I mean, if you want to... A detailed Battle of Normandy. This is the game for you, man. Is it a game for me though? I don't know. That's might be over my head. Battle of Sicily, the Bells of Treason. You got the Hunters reprint, which great little subsystem. This game has been out of print for a while. I know a lot of people are waiting on the reprint to get their hands on it. If you don't own it, you should probably grab your a copy of that. The Pure Land, the Webinar Republic, Thunderbolt Deluxe Edition, Triumphant, Unconditional Surrender, third printing, Wolfpack, another game coming by Butter Jelly, and Zhonghe. So those are all that are in the soon to be anywhere from 3 to 6 to 8 to 10 months. These are the ones that are going to be coming down the line. So anywhere between 2 to 4, 6, 8 months, maybe 10 months. Then we're going to get to Made the Cut. So these are ones, okay, so this is the way GMT does it, is they put the game out, right? And originally they put it in the category of not there yet. So they need 500 pre-orders before they'll even consider it. All right? So these games here are all in not there yet. Well, we're going to look at those in a minute. Once they get 500 or more, then they put them in the category for Made the Cut. And then based upon their how many pre-orders they get, the demand, you know, the let's see, how do I put it? How much desire there is to get this game printed. If it's a reprint, you know, and they're going to reprint it with an expansion, or, you know, like they were doing with Labyrinth, right? When we looked at Labyrinth, of course, if they're going to reprint Labyrinth, they're going to reprint one of the expansions to go with it. So, you know, the expansion, you know, only has, or the expansion has 666. But obviously, if they have the base game coming out with it, you know, which only has 177, a lot of people will buy the base game going, oh, well, I can get the expansion with it. So, based upon need and desire and how it relates, if there's a system and any other games in that system and everything, GMT will decide who's going to be moved up from Made the Cut into the next category, which is art and final development. So, based upon how long it's been in waiting to get moved up, there's like a tier structure to move up. So, yeah, the more you guys pre-order these games, a lot of people, I know, I do the same thing. I'm guilty as well. I look at these games and I go, oh, there's only 100 people that pre-ordered. It's going to be years and years and years. And so nobody else pre-orders it. And so it sits there for years and years and years. If everybody that wanted the game actually pre-ordered it when they, you know, when the game was there, it wouldn't have taken 4 or 5 years for it to make the cut. But because everyone says, oh, there's only, you know, 78 people. Like for example, a great example. This one right here, Wilderness War. Wilderness War, I've talked to myself. I know like 20 or 30 people that would love to have a copy of this game. And they can't wait for it to be reprinted. And then I said, well, have you pre-ordered it yet? And they're like, no, I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I'm waiting. What are you waiting for? Well, there's only 135. So it's going to take years. This game has been on the P500 for years and years and years because nobody has committed to it. I finally broke down and bought an old copy. And I think I've actually got this. Oh, it doesn't say whether or not I've got this pre-ordered or not. But I think I have pre-ordered it before I even rebought it. So the problem is, with all the games that haven't made it there yet, is because they have such low numbers to them, right? Nobody's like, oh, I don't need to look at those games because it's going to be a long time. But that's not how it works. Like, Mr. President, like, was not there yet, and made it into art and development, and then made it printed and out the door, all within within a year, because it had over 2,500 people that pre-ordered it. So if GMT sees a lot of people that are interested in this game and it's getting a lot of publicity. I mean, GMT is a business, right? They're in the business to make money. If they're going to try to produce a game and it's only going to produce 500 copies of it, and they can make, $20 a copy, that's only $10,000 they're going to make, right? If they can sell 3,000 copies of a game at $20 a pop, that's $60,000. Which game do you think is going to go up the list? It's going to be obviously the one that gets the more pre-orders. So every one of your pre-orders makes a big difference. Every single one. So even if you're like, oh, this game has only got 100 people, I'm not going to, it's like, Tank Duel, second edition update kit, right? Or whatever. The Russian campaign mounted maps, it's only got 62 people, right? Oh, you think, it's going to be forever. It's not going to be forever. But sometimes GMT will pick these games and go, oh, you know what? We're going to reprint these. We're going to reprint it. And even though there's only a few people that need it, because it's, there's a big need for it. So what I'm trying to say is all your pre-orders matter. So when we're going through these, if there's something you like, you don't need to put the money down today, like made the cut. It's going to be a while before these make it. I mean, we're talking minimum 6 to 10 months, minimum. And you might be talking a year or more away. So, I mean, you got plenty of time for these. So let's look at them. We got an 18XX Railroad game. Another, GMT is putting these out every 6 months. They're coming out with a tank game, which is, I love my tank games. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining one bit, but I know a lot of the, Here's one for 1833 and 1848. But this is not a tank game, but this one is. 1833 is. They're pumping them out every 6 months, and a lot of war gamers are like, hey, stop printing them and print our games because we want to see more Hunters and we want to see more Battle of Normandy. And they're like, yeah, well, if you want to see those, then you got to get those pre-orders up. When we can put out a tank game every 6 months, and it's going to have, how many does a tank game have? Yeah, it's got over 1,100. It's going to make a lot of money for GMT. They're going to make that a priority. So that's why they get printed every 6 months, because a lot of people like the tank games. You might not like the tank games. You might like the war games. You like the war games, then you better put your money where your mouth is and put your P500 orders in and get those numbers up then. That's the only reason I'm doing this, is to show you guys what's out there. I don't care what you get. I already pre-ordered my stuff. Most of my stuff is already done. I'm just trying to, every couple months I go through this, I thought maybe you would like to go along the journey together. A Fading Star, Insurgency and Piracy in Somalia. This is Coin 15. I know absolutely nothing about this game other than, number one, it's got a horrible box art. That makes me 0% want to play this game. It is now number 15 of the coin series. I have no thought or relation with Somalia whatsoever, and you're giving me no desire to play these games. Absolutely no desire to play this game by that box art. It is, good Lord. I don't even know if I'm going to pre-order this one. I mean, I own how many coin games? This one, the theme doesn't really do much for me. And again, I mean, it's like how many different train games do you need, right? Eventually, they're going to stop making the train games because people are just going to get sick of making them. Army of the Potomac, Game 2 in the Mark Herman New Civil War Heritage Series. I didn't get number 1 of the Civil War because I don't really care about the Civil War much of anything, but that's just me. It's probably a great little hex encounter game. Low complexity. Average solitaire suitability, which is right up my alley. It's got 5 paper maps, 3 counter sheets. That's all right. 2 play aids. A couple dice, which are super important because I don't know what I would do if the dice weren't in there. That is for sure. Yeah, I might actually. I mean, I do need some Civil War games, but I mean, I need more war games like I need a hole in the head. Barbarossa, Army Group South. This is one of the classic GMT games. It's been around for years and years and years. You can see this. 1114. I bet you this gets bumped up. You want to bet? I bet you this game gets bumped up. It's going to make GMT a little bit of money. So again, if you want your games to get printed, you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to put your orders in. I cannot say that enough. I'm going to sound like a broken record, I know, but you got to do that. Otherwise, they're not going to think the desire's there. They're not going to think the people will buy it. The last thing GMT wants to do is print a game and have half of them sitting on the shelf, and they're going to have to sell them for half the cost in a year or two because no one bought them. That's the last thing they want to do. What GMT wants to do is they want in and out, in and out, in and out. They want to order a big bunch of games, have them show up, and then ship them all out and do the same thing. And GMT just wants in and out, in and out. They don't want to hold anything. They don't want to store anything in their office or warehouse. They want to sell everything. Obviously, they're a business. And it's all about your orders, my friends. It's all about your orders. Bear Claw. This is a dual front pack on the east front. These are, I think, 2 smaller battles on the east front. And I think this is going to be, this is only $34. I've already pre-ordered this one. This one's going to be interesting. Just a small little dual pack with different battles from, very manageable and light. 1 to 2 players, 2 to 3 hours, low complexity. If you want something to just sit down with somebody and teach them how to play, this might be a good one to start off with. Very low rules, very low price. You're not a big cost. Looks like a winner. That's why I pre-ordered it. Caesar Rome vs. Gaul 2nd edition update kit. So I didn't get Caesar Rome vs. Gaul last year or 2 years ago when it came out. I missed it. I didn't get it. And I always thought, I should go get it. But then I found out they're like upgrading it to like a 2nd edition. So then I was like, well then, that's maybe I'll wait on the 2nd edition then. So I'm waiting on the 2nd edition. Coast Watchers, solo or 2-player game in coastal watches in the South Pacific during World War II, which is an interesting game system because you're all about watching for enemies coming as you're, one of those divisions on one of those islands, right? And look at that. That looks very, very interesting. You can see how is your support going to be? Are you going to get any support? I just watched a video. I just literally watched a video. It's interesting. On the Henderson Field and how the Japanese were trying to make an attack to get to bombard Henderson Field, and the U.S. Navy came in and intercepted them. And like 2 nights in a row, they had a big night fight with the Japanese. Bunch of destroyers and cruisers and everything got destroyed. And it was all because they were trying to prevent the Japanese from going and bombing the coastal watchers at Henderson Field. There you go. Very interesting little video. Anyways, Combat Commander Island Hopping. It's a battle pack for Combat Commander Pacific. This is a new one. This is never before released battle pack. So this is interesting that they're doing this with Combat Commander. Because Combat Commander has been out of print for the longest time. Obviously it's in the in art and development to be reprinted. So hopefully someday, soonish, I'll be getting those back into the fold, which will be good. But anyways, a new island hopping Pacific edition. Defiance Second Russo-Ukrainian War 2022 to whenever. Is a modern game from Mark Herman and D. Doctor on the early 2022 Ukraine campaign. Then you have, I don't even know how, Epaulet, the Athenian expedition into Sicily, 415 to 413 BCE. This sounds up Nate's alley right there. It's Volume 1 in Volkel's Levy and Campaign Ancient series. So if you want to get a new series, you want Game 1, there it is right there. Expansion and Extinction is a 4X space game using the Triumph and Tragedy system. Don't know much about this one. Low solitaire suitability, medium complexity, a back printed mounted map, some blocks, action cards, card investments. Yeah. Don't know much about this. You can read through it. If it sounds like something that might tickle your fancy, check it out. Firefight Tactical. Unfortunately, I know the War Room had Sam London and Mike Butterjelly, and they got to preview this. I was gone at the time, so I didn't get a chance to play this game. But from what Tony and Ruff and Mike tell me, they love this new game and this new system. And so there's a video, I think it's on Tony's channel, Firefight Tactical, our world premiere on the War Room with, I think it was Sam. Wasn't Sam London? Is that Sam's game here? I think it's Sam's game, Firefight Tactical. I don't see his name anywhere. Oh, yeah, there it is, Sam London. Fun little guy, actually, really nice. And new designer, kind of up and coming, and, kind of reminds me, I hate to say it, kind of reminds me a little bit of a Chad, or not Chad, the guy who did the Combat Commander, thinking outside the box, doing things differently. I think that's good for anyone to do things like that. Anyways, I don't know much about it. I hear really good things, and there is a ton again of articles by Sam showing his dedication to making sure people understand the game and the system and the design and everything. I think that is really, really good. And I wonder if our video's here. Let's see. So, playthrough with Sam. I don't know if our video made it. I don't know why our video isn't there. I don't know, or I have to get Tony on that and find out why. But anyways, it looks like a nice little tactical, abstract tactical, interesting game. So check out that one. Holland 44, it's part of the Mark Semenich's operational level World War II games. If you don't own it, I do. It's going to be obviously reprinted. Holland is a great system. It's a great game. Highly recommend it. Hoplite's second printing. I don't actually own this. It's part of the Great Battles of History series, which I haven't been that excited about. But the more I think about it, the more I want to do it. So maybe I'll get this one. If you know anything about the Great Battles of History, it's a great series. They're up to how many? They're almost up to as many as the coin games. 15. Wow. Iron Storm, the First World War, 1914 to 1918. You're going to play World War I in an afternoon using a card, a CDG. It's only $55 too. That's a really good price. Much better Cover. Nice. I like that cover. That's a nice cover. Compared to that other one we looked at. Ugh. It's a 2-player strategic war game that lets you recreate the entire war in about 3 to 5 hours. Uses an innovative card engine system where each player uses their entire hand to activate armies, resolve operations, and support battles with combat cards. It simulates human and economic attrition during the course of the war by gradually adding cards to the deck. They'll have limited use in the hand and take additional effort to remove. Ironstorm has been designed to be simple as possible in terms of rules, and it is no exception. Remember that you are not indicated the cards aboard. It is equally suitable as an introductory war game and is a tight duel for experienced players. I really don't like when they do this. When you, please, designers, please, when you're trying to design a game, don't try and make it for everyone, because all you're going to do is suck the life out of something good to make it better for more people, and it won't be as good a game. It's never, ever worked out. If you are going to design a game that's good for as an introductory war game, then do it as an introductory war game. Don't try and make it a tight battle for experienced players and an introductory. It never works out well. Trust me, it doesn't. I can list hundreds and hundreds of games that have done that, and it's never worked out. Ever. Ever. Don't do it. I'm telling you. So, it looks like a great game. I like everything about this game other than that one sentence. Musket and Pike Dual Pack under the Lily banners and Gustav Adolf the Great. There's 11 battles. This is part of the Musket and Pike pack system. I actually owned Under the Lily banners at one point, many, many years ago. So these are old games that they're combining, putting out as a pack, which I think is the best thing to do. Then you have the second edition of Netski coming out, which is maybe that's for discussion for a different day, but there has been several games that GMT has produced in the last 2 or 3 years that has been completely redone into a second or third edition and changed completely from the original boxed edition. And I don't know, I didn't get Netski when it first came out, and I haven't been that excited about getting it. And now that it's been second edition, I'm like, well, what's wrong with the first edition? What did they miss? What did they forget? What did they add to it to make it better? I don't know. Next War Supplement number 4. I personally don't have any of the Next War games. I think they're all great, and I support anyone that gets them. And Mitch Land is a great friend of the channel, and I love the guy. And he does a great job of trying to humble Tony as they play ATS. And he does a lot of the supports for the supplements, I believe. It's, series designed by Mitch Land. So, I just don't have any desire to play these games. It's just not for me. Sorry. Africa 40. North Africa 40. This is a Ziploc expansion for North Africa 41. So this is probably taking the map board and everything, and all you're going to be doing is replacing it with the new counters in this box, and you're going to be playing the campaign of 40 where Rommel is running across North Africa, I guess. Order and Opportunity, Vez Opponents, 1 to 4 player post-Cold War game. And unfortunately, I don't know anything about this one either. That's interesting that they would have this guy in the front cover, and this guy in the front cover, and this guy on the front cover. Okay. That's an interesting design decision. I think that's going to piss off a lot of people. I'm just saying. Order and Opportunity is a 1 to 4 player game with a dedicated solo system about the making of the post-Cold War world, covering the first decade of the 21st century. In the game, the United States, Russia, China, and the European nation compete over control of the agenda and ultimately over victory points in the dimensions of economical, political, cultural, and security power projection. Order and Opportunity combines card-driven asymmetric gameplay to produce a tropical and thematic historic game on a global scale. Okay, so obviously it's like Twilight Struggle, but different. Obviously, when people see this map board, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, this is Twilight Struggle. All right. I saw something they were talking about it here. All right. I don't know whoever's designing this. I don't know anything about this game, but I'm just gonna give GMT or whoever does their webpage some information. Like, if they want them to pre-order this game, like, people are gonna look at this board and the first thing they're gonna do is just what I did. They're gonna say, "Oh, this is the same thing or very similar to Twilight Struggle. Looks like Twilight Struggle." So if you're gonna put this board and you're gonna put this information, the first thing I would do in the description is talk about what makes this game different or the same as Twilight Struggle. Like, I mean, giving me this block of text is not helpful at all in making a decision. Not at all. What you need to do is you need to have a list of, this game reminds people of Twilight Struggle, but it's different because of A, blah, 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 B, blah, 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 C, blah, blah, blah. It does have things that are similar to Twilight Struggle, such as A, blah, 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 B, blah, 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 and C, blah, blah, blah. Because most people are going to look at this and go, I'm not going to read that block of text. I already own Twilight Struggle. I'm not going to waste a bunch of money on a game that's just like Twilight Struggle. If you want people to be interested in your game, you got to do a better job of selling the game. Much better job of selling the game. You can see I did not pre-order this one. I'm not going to pre-order it because you didn't give me any information. I'm not going to read through paragraph after paragraph of text. Look at that. It's just a block of text. I don't want a block of text. I want a list of what is the same and what is different between this and Twilight Struggle. People are going to compare this to Twilight Struggle because it's a game about post Cold War era with a world map that has each section in it with little grids just like Twilight Struggle. So if you're going to make a game that looks just like Twilight Struggle, then frickin' tell me what's different than Twilight Struggle in a list, not a block of text. I'm not going to read your block of text. That is ridiculous. Nobody is going to do that. All right, moving on. Rebellion, Britannia. Fast-paced CDG on British tribal rebellions against Rome. Another one that's up Nate's alley, I think. Oh, I've pre-ordered 2 of these. It's so good. Look at that. So another one of these times that the webpage never updated, and so I pre-ordered it and then pre-ordered it again. It's so good I pre-ordered it twice. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what you need to do to sell your game. Here are the key features. Bullet point this, bullet point this, bullet point this, bullet point this, bullet point this. I'm willing to read this information. Like this game, this is why this game has got 2 orders and the last game has 0. It's very simple. Humans are very simple to understand. Like, nobody in the world wants to, like, spend a long time reading through a box of text. Everyone is too busy to do that. A lot of people don't even care enough to do that. They want, like, now, especially nowadays, people want everything handed to them on a silver spoon. Like, if you want somebody to buy something from you, you got to hand it to them on a silver spoon. There's just too many there's too many companies, there's too many games, there's too many. If you want the money from the person, you got to make it easy for them to get it. And this really tells me, here's the key features, and here's the reason, blah, blah, blah. And it's, look at this. Just what I said you needed to do with the other game. Like that other game with the block of text is going to do me nothing. Oh, I can play a previously prepared strategy game? Play one card from your hand or take a generic order by discarding 2 or 3 cards from your hand. Prepare a card for the next turn by placing it face down. Discard any unwanted cards from your hand and then redraw your hand. Very simple. It makes me think, oh, I can understand. I can do this game. Can anybody remember what the last game said? Anyone out there? Please. What did we talk about? Does anybody remember anything from this game? No, because we saw nothing but a block of text and a map that looks like Twilight Struggle and a couple cards. Like, there's nowhere on... Oh, here's another block of text. Here's literally another block. Hey, spend another 10 minutes reading this part of the game. Nobody's going to do that. I think this game... good luck. All right, Resisting Revolution, a Cuba Libre expansion. Oh, so another expansion for Cuba Libre. We talked about them. And we talked about how games get bumped up the list and down the list for GMT. Well, look at this. GMT has got, where is it here? Cuba Libre upgrade pack right here. I bet you this other one gets upgraded as well. Why? Because people that are going to buy the one are going to want to buy the other one. So, yeah, we print these both together. It's like, if you're going to reprint Combat Commander, you're not going to reprint just Combat Commander. You're going to reprint Combat Commander. You're going to reprint the expansions for it. Mediterranean pack. You're not going to just reprint Combat Commander. It's just not the way they do it. The British Way, Enemy of My Enemy. This is an expansion for the British Way. So to add another portion to that game, I bet. Or maybe not. A copy of the British Way will be necessary to play this. This expansion is compatible. Okay. So the British Way, including 2 entirely new games on prequel conflicts using the Malaya and Palestine maps. Okay. Highlights. Look. Bullet points. Really? I would have thought that would have been a good idea. I don't know who would have suggested that. I'm just saying. I don't know anybody that would have suggested that. There you go. New variants with bullet points. Obviously, much better attention to detail on this one. You'd even have your little GMT chart there with your solitaire suitability and your complexity. That's nice. It looks like a good one. I haven't ordered this one yet, but I didn't really play the British Way, to be honest. Do I need an expansion for it? I don't know. What do we got here? The Guerrilla Generation, the second 4-game coin series mini pack. So this is the next version of the British Way is the Guerrilla Generation. Probably didn't I haven't pre-ordered this one either. I have mixed emotions about what I think about these mini packs. I have mixed emotions. I don't know how to feel about them yet. You've taken a big box game and you've broken it down into 4 little mini games, which, to be honest, I've been yelling and bitching for years and years. That's more is sometimes not better. Like, less is sometimes better. Take the big box editions and make them smaller. I don't have a problem with that. But you make Then you jam in 4 different ones that have some kind of relationship with one another. I just don't know how to feel about them. I just don't know. I do like the smaller boards. I do like some of the stuff, but some of the stuff I don't. I played it through a scenario, and it was the most imbalanced, broken scenario I've ever seen in my entire lifetime. Like, one side literally kept going back up the track just automatically by playing a card, and the other side couldn't do anything to lower the information on the one track. It's like, okay, well, that's El Salvador, Nicaragua. I mean, a lot of these I've lived through this, right? I mean, I'm old enough to remember a lot of this information. Uruguay and Peru. I would probably be more into this than the British Way one. I do like those, that whole gorilla thing. So I would probably get this one. I don't know. We'll see. Moving on, the last 100 yards, Volume 5 for King and Country. We're adding the Brits. More Brits? Or do we really need more Brits? Does every game have to be about the Brits? Oh my God. I do need to spend some time with this game. Definitely basic trading guide. I need this. For the love of God, I need this. We have definitely need this one. And probably the part 2 of that as well. Oh, there's a training map. Sure, might as well get it while we're here. That's fine. I need to try it one of these days. I've got all the games. And I've got this one, P500 as well. It's a great little game system. I had Mike Denson on my channel years before the first game was, maybe the first game had got released, but it's just released. That's how long ago I had him on my channel. And he's a great little guy. And had a lot of fun talking with him and just talking about his new ideas. And you could see the thought process of what was going on inside his head when we were talking. So I would go back and watch that interview that we did with Mike Denson. It was good. It was a good interview. It was like before he became really popular and the system was really popular. And so I was just kind of like, hey, let's introduce this to people and talk to him. He was living out in the middle of, I think it was in the middle of Texas. His internet, his Wi-Fi was spotty as all get out, but it was a fun, interesting interview. And ever since then, I was like, oh, I like to support him. So I just buy the games. And, I would love to play them one of these days too. So that'd be fun. Plum Island Horror. More of a bad thing. Expansion, obviously, for Plum Island Horror. I've ordered one of these. It's going to be another good one. I know Herman's working on some stuff, some new factions. I mean, we talked about good web pages and bad web pages. You can see just by scrolling down this, you get a description, you get an image, that you can see what the image is, and then you see, oh, there's new factions, and they list the factions with the icons. It's just like, it's not rocket science. When I look at these, I go, oh, there's ZZ Big Top Circus, there's the Monkey Island Cult, the Oceanside Construction Company. Like, in 10 seconds, I can look at this website and go, oh, there's going to be 3 new factions, there's going to be a nightmare mode, and there's going to be some new stuff, and it's going to list a whole bunch of bullet points here. Oh, yeah. In 10 seconds, I can know what's going to be in this expansion. I'm going to be like, yes, I'm going to want to order this. Boom, boom, boom. That other webpage has no chance of getting anybody. No chance. 3 Days at Gettysburg, Deluxe Edition. How come this is a problem with the GMT. Like, I love the GMT. I love the GMT people. I love everything. But man, oh man, they got to get this shit right. Like, it should tell me how many games I've pre-ordered. Like, every single web page that I go to should say you've ordered 0 of these or you've ordered 1 of these. Every single one. And no excuses that should not pop up. As much as I've done for them, I should be able to bitch about the things that they don't do right. I mean, as much as I talk about everything they do right, the things that they don't do right stick out like a sore thumb. It does. I hate to say it, but it does. All right, so what do we got here? Description: Great Battles of the American Civil War Series. The game, 3 Days of Gettysburg Deluxe Edition, includes 10 plus scenarios. New map counters, Stonewall, the house side rocks specified in the Devil's Den. 3 Days Gettysburg Deluxe Edition, components. Yeah, I'm not pre-ordering one because I don't know if I already pre-ordered it. Screw it. Twilight Struggle, Turn Zero, and promo packs. 3rd printing. I've ordered one of those. This is the edition that comes before the game starts. Turn Zero. That changes and alters the game with some of the cards. Very quick, simple, easy. You can see exactly what you're getting. It's only $14. Highly recommend if you own Twilight Struggle to get that. Then you get a new Twilight Struggle South Asia Monsoon. Twilight Struggle system in South Asia. All right. Okay. All right. All right. I have thoughts. About the smaller Twilight Struggle system, and I don't know how to feel about it yet. I don't know how to feel, to be honest. There's a lot of good things, and then there's also issues, so we'll see. Great solitaire, nice complexity, a nice sized game board. It's not super massive for some reason, which is nice. 84 cards, 2 counter sheets, some dice. Oh, thank God. 2 player aids, 3 solo aids, a rule book, and a background booklet. Some cards. Yeah. Very Twilight Struggle. It's just going to be a condensed 2-player or 1 to 2 player, probably an hour and a half game. Does it say how long? Let's see. 90 to 120 minutes. There. That's about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay. It's shorter than a full game. Introduces new mechanisms. Did I pre-order this one? I haven't pre-ordered this one. Look at that. I've ordered one of these. There you go. Unconditional Surrender Western Campaigns. Sal Vasta's smaller campaigns using the UC system. Unconditional Surrender. I've ordered 0 of these. Western Europe. Simpler mechanics, low map counter density. Again, block of text. More text. That's why I probably didn't pre-order it, because I'm like, I didn't learn anything about your game, and I'm not going to spend 10 minutes reading your webpage. Sorry. It's not going to happen. War Games, according to Mark, is Mark Herman's book. He's writing a book now. Okay. And then you got Zika, Reformations and Crusades in Hasti, Bohemia, 1420 to 1421. Which is part of the Levian campaign series. All right, so these are all that are coming in the near-ish future, and then you got the one, those are all made the cut. So eventually, these are all coming. It might be 2 or 3 years, but eventually these are all coming. What order they're going to come in will be based upon how many people pre-order them and how their numbers are going up or down. So again, if you want to jump on them, you better get on them now, or else it could be 2 years. And as you wait on your game to show up, and it's because other games got more pre-orders than your game. So put your money where your mouth is and put your pre-orders down. Look at this. 501. This just made the cut. Coastal Watchers. I think this has not even been on there that long. Does it say when it came on? When it was created? I don't know if it does. Give us like a date of when it was created. I don't think it's been around that long. It's got a lot of quick, and so this game might get bumped up because it's going to need a lot of art, though, so I don't know. We'll have to wait on the art department to see if the art department can make a lot of art for it. It's all new art. They can't reuse anything. So a few images or whatever, but looks like mostly a new map, new counters. Looks like a block game as well. I've ordered 0 of these. 15 standalone scenarios, or situations, not scenarios, situations, plus 4 campaigns to tie them together. The situation spans the early 1942 Japanese incursions into the South Pacific to the neutralization of the Great Base of Rabaul by the end of 1943. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to add that one to my cart. I think I'm going to probably get this one. I'm going to get that one. Probably one of the ones that I don't have that I will probably get. I think I do have yeah, I do already have Firefight Tactical. Did I do the Iron Storm? Yeah, I got the Iron Storm. Musket and Pike Dual Pack. Don't know, so I'm not going to pre-order another one, so forget that. I do own the Africa 41, so I should probably get the expansion for this as well. I've ordered 2 of those. I know that. Expansion for Cuba Libre. I've got one of those already. The Gorilla. Let's go ahead and get the Gorilla. Oh, I already did. See? British Way. Oh, I don't know, so I'm not going to order it. Not going to pre-order it. Last 100 yards, we got to make sure we have that. And I know I pre-ordered the Palm Island Horror. That's done. Twilight Struggle. I ordered one of those. And, all right, we'll come back to the rest. Oh, and the Bear Claw, which I think is going to be a good one, which I already pre-ordered. All right. Moving on, we're going to look at, not there yet. These are the more important section. This, yeah, I already saw one that I've got 2 copies of already. Rebellion Britannica. No, wait, that's not the one. Which one was it? Which one was it that I have the 2? Can't remember which one it was. I thought it was this one. But now it says I have 0 of those. So I guess it wasn't that one. I don't know. One of these I've got. All right, not there yet. This is more important. Again, put your money where your mouth is. If you want these games, you gotta P500 them. 1867 Big Wyoming is a new, again, people love their train games. Every 6 months we're going to get another one. I'm going to add that to my cart as well. I'm going to pre-order it because why not? I like my train games. I don't get them all, but I'll get this one. It's Wyoming. That's pretty cool. World at War mounted maps. Obviously, I don't own a World at War, so I don't need the mounted maps. But if you own a World at War and you want to get some mounted maps for this great game, I would highly recommend you get it. That's all I can say about that. Ardennes 44 4th printing mounted maps. I had better pre-ordered this one. Yes, I did. I got that one. I've been waiting on this game, or the mounted maps, for a while. All right, Founders of Relic. Richard Garfield's 3-5 player economic game set in a foreign planet in an away team universe. Don't know if I pre-ordered it. Founders of Relic. Ooh, we got Euro symbols on the cards, which is fine. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, people. Don't be talking bad about it. You got Euro resource management. You got actions. Yeah, this one looks like a good one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How many people do you need to play it? Low solitaire suitability. You get some Terran size cards. You get poker size cards. You get a 25 by 22 inch mounted map. Low solitaire, though. I would like this one. I like the looks of this one, too. I like the looks of this one. I don't know if I'd ever play it. I don't know. We'll remember that. We'll come back to that one. That one looks like a good one. All right, Hammer and Sickle. You got the fast-paced 4-player asymmetric game on the Russian Civil War. So, you got the Russian Civil War. 4 different factions vying. Tight economic. Communist based not in a random die roll, but bidding, negotiation, and bluffing. Short-term and long-term plans. This looks like a great con game or a great game if you got a gaming group. Obviously, probably not great for solo. I don't know if it comes. Oh, it does come with. It must be coming with the solo solitaire though. A solitaire system. Okay. Solitaire system, cards, asymmetric factions. You're gonna have to. How many factions are you gonna have to play all 3 factions? If you're playing solo, no solo information, which is kind of disappointing. If they should talk a little bit about how the solo how things are being handled with the solo. Not a word about the solo. That's kind of disappointing. Not even in this block of text here is anything about the solo. You got to give me some info, man. You got to give me some info. Nope. Not going to get it until I get some info. Imperial Eagles, Air War in the Pacific, 1941 and 1943. That's already a great title. It's volume 6 in the Down in Flames series in the Pacific Theater. Box art looks good for a change. And I already pre-ordered this. How about that? Look at that. Look at that. Imperial Eagles returns GMT Down in Flames World War II air combat and card system. This time in the Pacific. Yeah, so this is a card. Probably best played two-player game, but it's still a action cards, aircraft cards. It's cards, and it's counters, and it's fun. Yeah, get it, boys, get it. Pre-order it. Let's move that up the list, boys. Let's go. Let's get it done. Make me proud, boys. Make me proud. Imperial Fever, great power competitions in the late 19th century. It's an asymmetric deck building game for 3 to 4 players between 1881 and 1915. Well, asymmetric is the new buzzword that GMT has decided to use for all their games for some reason. I love my deck building games, but 3 to 4 players is going to be a problem. It's very limited in what group you can use. That's interesting board. That is a very interesting board. Okay. Queen Victoria. She looks pissed. These guys are all like hanging out and they got to bring their wives and she's pissed. She's cold. She's tired. She's hungry. She's like, let's just get this goddamn photo shoot over. She is not a happy camper. Queen Victoria. She's going to be pissing somebody off here. As soon as they're done with that picture, somebody got their ass reamed. I can almost guarantee it. Lenin's Legacy, a fast-paced solo or two-player game by Martis Kramer. Lenin. Not a lot of people are like Lenin fans. Maybe John Lennon, but not this Lenin. So. Lenin's stroke. Stalin's. I mean. You take on the role of either Stalin or Trotsky, playing cards from a common display plus a hidden card to gain control of issues such as the NKVD, Politburo, and personal access to Lenin. Cards can also be played for special historic events. An additional region and political cards may enter each round, favoring whichever player is able to control the relevant issues in the previous round. Okay. Great solitaire system, full solitaire. 20 to 40 minutes, so it's a quick game. You got a small map board with some cards, a counter sheet, some stickers, some wooden blocks, which are probably because you're playing with the two-player aid sheets, rule booklet, and a box. Maybe. We'll think about it. Let's move on. Napoleon Egypt, two-player operational CGG recreating the French campaign in Egypt and Syria. A lot of articles, which is good to see. I do like to see a lot of articles because it shows that somebody out there, this Marco, whoever this Marco dude is putting a little bit of time into trying to make sure people understand how to play the game, giving people information, which is never a bad thing. Never a bad thing. 35,000 French soldiers landed in Alexander. This expedition force mission was to find an alternate spice route through a Suez Canal. This is obviously prototype artwork. It's going to be point to point from Alexander to Thebes to Damascus. Yeah, this one looks like a good one. I will probably pre-order this one as well. I like my CDGs. Very high solitaire. 2 players. Map board. Cards. Custom dice. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, and then 2 regular 6-siders. Thank God. I don't know what I would do if I didn't get these 2 6-siders. 15 black espionage cubes. Leader standees. Counter sheets. 2 of them. Player aids. A CDG solo system. A player book and a playbook. Yeah, this one is definitely going to be coming my way. Napoleon in Egypt. Let's add that to my card as well. All right. Red Winter second edition upgrade kit. I don't own Red Winter, so I don't need the second edition upgrade kit, but another game GMT has decided to upgrade to a second edition. That's like the third one we've seen so far. Solitaire Tactical Ops or Dona? Non-breaking space new campaign system set in World War II Italy. Non-breaking space new campaign system set in World War II Italy. What? What? Did I read those words correctly? In Solitaire Tactical Ops or Donna, you command this campaign over 20 scenarios from south of the Moro River to the city of Ordona, which ultimately became the proving ground for modern urban warfare tactics. Operationally, you have to manage your units to maintain the fighting effectiveness needed to take the town. Not an easy task, as the Germans are determined to stop you at any cost. Solitaire Tac Ops or Dona. Interesting. Obviously high solitaire. 3 double-sided maps. Dashboard display. 2 counter sheets. Dice. Scenario cards. Campaign. Record track. Historical notes. And a playbook. All right. I can handle that. Let's add that to the cart. That seems like a good one. All right, Spearhead, The Balloon Goes Up, Volume 1. New series based on Mark Herman's Flashpoint Golem system. I never played the Flashpoint Golem system. It's more of a... Oh, my God. I sure hope they change that map. High complexity, average solitaire, 2 map sheets, 5 counter sheets containing 1,170 double-sided counters. It's a big monster game, that's for sure, or a bigger game. It's only $41. You get a lot for $41. It do seem like you get a lot. I just don't like Modern Combat at all. Not at all. I couldn't tell you like any of the units or any of the forces, or I couldn't tell you anything. So I would not be the person to ask. Looks fine. Nothing wrong with it, but just not great for me. Tank Duel second edition upgrade kit. I don't need this because, I already have Tank Duel. I don't know if I need the second edition. Do I need the second edition? Mike, do I need the second edition? No, I don't need the second edition. Okay. That's for just people that order the new stuff. Okay. All right. The Battle of Green Spring. This is a volume, what is that, 11? In Mark Miklow's Battle of the American Revolution series. Don't know, again, there's 2 battles that I know like very little about. Civil War and Revolutionary War. I mean, I know enough to make myself dangerous, but I just have no interest in these battles whatsoever. I'd rather do Napoleonics. I'd rather do like Men of Iron series type things, but like this warfare has got like no interest whatsoever for me personally. But that's just me. Looks good. You get a mounted map board. You get a counter sheet. cards, opportunity cards, tactics cards, 2-player aid cards, Battle of the American Revolutionary Series, some dice. Thank God they come with dice. Standard game lasts 8 turns. Historic scenario only lasts 4 turns. 13-turn campaign. I mean, I should probably give one of these games a try. One of these days. Maybe I'll really like it. Who knows? I probably should. The Russian Campaign Deluxe 5th Edition mounted maps. I already have this game with the mounted maps, and they don't fit on my table, so I don't need it some more. But if you own the Russian Campaign and you're looking for deluxe mounted maps, they're really nice. Really, really nice. Highly recommend you get them. Thunderbolts. Volume 3 in Richard H. Berg's The Ancient World series. Carthaginians. The Celts. You got the Second Punic War, Thunderbolt, which is Hannibal's invasion of Italy. So here's the important thing. Like, I mean, maybe a lot of you guys out there knew that Thunderbolt was Hannibal's invasion of Italy, but a lot of us out there didn't know that. I had no idea. I was trying to figure out what the hell Thunderbolt, what that meeting was. So I had no idea that Thunderbolt was part of the Hannibal's invasion of Italy. So maybe, like I said, maybe a lot of you guys out there had heard of that and you knew this. And if you did, congratulations. But a lot of us didn't know this. So when you're naming a game called Thunderbolt, a lot of us don't even know what the hell that is talking about. So, Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt, like your title should be like Thunderbolt, Hannibal's invasion of Italy. Like, give us some information so we have an idea of what the hell it's talking about. I didn't know that. How many of you guys out there knew that? How many of you heard of Thunderbolt before? You got the Italian campaign. You got the Spanish campaign. This is the Roman invasion of Spain. You have the Spanish campaign 2, which is Scorpios Strike Back. You got the Island Contest. The Carthaginians' invasion of Sicily and Sardinia. You have the African campaign, Scorpios Africanus Invasion of Africa. And then you have Iberia, which is Carthage Conquest of Spain. Now, this looks like a massive, I was just going to say it's a massive, when you take all the maps and you combine them, it's going to be a big area. But obviously, like this is just going to be like one map up here in the corner. And this is going to be a different map, and this is going to be a different map, and this is going to be a different map. How many different maps do we get? There is... How many maps? I think there's 411 by 17 packs. I don't know what a pack's. Player A card must be a player A card. So those are charts and tables. Interesting. I don't see where are the maps. Oh, here they are up here. There we go. 2 big maps and then 1 little map. Okay. So you get 2 big maps and a little map. And a 10-sided dice. Ooh. 6 counter sheets. Ooh. 1,600 counters. This is going to be a big boy. This is a big boy. It's $53. I'm going to add that. I think we're going to get that, boys. I think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get that. Oh, why can't I go back? There we go. Time of Crisis Deluxe Edition, and then you got the upgrade. This is a fast-playing strategy game of the Roman Empire in turmoil, 235 to 284 AD. It's almost there. It's at 484. Like, literally 16 more people get this. Oh, look. I already have it. So I can't be one of those 16 people, but it's 16 people more. There's a lot of reviews of this game. Good Lord. The Players Aid done this. Marco's done this. The Players Aid. I'm not on there. I must not have done a review. Nope, I didn't. Got different areas with different 0 to 4 markers. Huge solitaire, 1 to 4. Time of Crisis Deluxe Edition contains your base game and everything from the Age of Iron and Rust expansion that provides an even more deck building opportunity. What? Deck building? I love deck building. Multiple options for empires and an AI bot players for solo play. Plus, for the first time ever, and what they should have done is taken this line. Who writes these web pages? They're terrible at this job. They needed to put this in the next line down. Oh my God. Like I shouldn't have, I really shouldn't have to do this. Like, somebody should know how to do their job, but like when you do this, like you got to highlight the things. Again, people are lazy. They don't want to be trying to read your information. They want you to give them the information. Like, if something is important, like you put it in a bold like this, which is good. But like, this is the most important thing. And you stick it into the end of a paragraph, which is not how you highlight something. It's not how you highlight something, by the way. Right? There we go. Right? So this is the important, right? You want people to see that you've added something for the first time ever. So what you do is you put this in the next paragraph by itself. You bold it, you underline it, you make it red or you make it stand out. Now, when somebody looking through the web page, their eyes are going to get drawn to this and go, oh, look, they added some stuff for the first time ever. I got this, and I got this, and I got this, and I got this. It's not rocket science, people. Good Lord. And I'm terrible. I am like the worst in English. Like, I almost failed English. Like, I don't know anything about English, but I know about human nature. And human nature is they don't want to have to search for information. They want you to give them the information. That's what a web page is for. I come to the web page to get information. If I didn't need the information, I wouldn't come to your web page. And you're not giving me the information quickly and easily. It's just not, you're not doing a very good job of it. Whoever is their web page person needs to go back to school because they don't know what they're doing. They really don't. I hate to say it, but they really don't. Time of Crisis looks like a good one, though. I would get it if I was you guys. Jeez Louise. I mean, how many of the web pages am I going to have to fix tonight? Unconditional surrender, mounted maps, second printing. I don't think I have unconditional surrender. Do I? I don't think I do. But if I did, I would want the mounted maps. I don't think I have unconditional surrender. Wings for the Baron Deluxe GMT Edition. Now this is an interesting one. I did look at this the other day. It's in 451, so it's almost there. It's about producing aircraft. It's about the actual production. It's not about like flying the planes and shooting down planes. It's about like building the planes, right? You got your like production queues, and you're trying to manage, how many different bombers you're making, how many fighters you're making, and you're trying to. I don't quite understand it because again, they didn't do a very good job of giving me the information quickly and easily. I saw it was good solitaire. That was good. It's cards. This is good. This is always good to see. This, when they have this, that's always a good thing. Obviously, every one of them should have this information, whether or not you've ordered them or not. Why some of them don't, I don't know. Again, what the hell is their web guy doing? 1960, The Making of the President, third printing. I can't believe it's been 3. I bought the original version when it first came out. When did 1960 come out? What year did that come out? I'm thinking probably 2007. I remember the first edition box, man. You remember that first edition box? Yeah, there it is right there. Is that the first edition box? The very original box? Yeah, I remember that one. I love The Making of the President. I think it's a great game. It's got a lot of Euro mechanics. It's got some low solitaire. How can it be low solitaire? I thought this is part of the CDG system. The solo, isn't that part of the CDG system? Oh my God. Did they forget to update that information? Right here. Yeah. Right there. 1960, Making a President. If you got a solo system for it, I don't know if you want to tell everyone that it doesn't play very good solo. Where are we? Where are we? Right here we are. So, yeah, I'm not sure why there's such a low rating for the solitaire suitability and why there's a number of players when they have a solo system for it. Have I played it with the solo? I can't remember if I played it with the solo system or not. It's a great game. I love this game. It's great. You're just vying for different cubes, and you're putting the cubes in the different states, and whoever's got the most cubes at the end. But you're also doing these events and propaganda, and you're trying to play all these cards on your opponent, but you also have their cards, so you're trying to play their event and hope they don't use, because the only way to use it is use one of your precious tokens. So you're hoping they play their special tokens on the really important, but then you got more of their cards, and they're like, oh, I wish I would have kept my little token. I can't remember what the tokens are called, but it's a great game. Highly recommend if you can get a copy, get a copy. If you don't own it, get it. P500 it. A Distant Plane fourth printing. Oh, yeah. This is a third game in the coin system. It's a classic. It's a good one. And then you get the World at War. fourth printing. So that goes along with the one we saw earlier. If you were looking for the mounted maps, here you go. Get a World at War while you're doing it. But here's the funny thing. World at War, fourth printing, there's a whopping 48 people that have signed up for this game. 48 people. How long do you think it's going to be before they print this game with only 48 pre-orders? Again, they might bump it up the list if they see a lot of pre-orders for the mounted maps. There's already 222 of those, which makes absolutely no sense that you have 222 people buying the mounted maps, and yet you only have 48 people buying the game. Okay. American Revolution Tri-Pack second printing. I might even get this one because, again, I don't own any games. No, that's not true. I own Liberty or Death. So I own one game from the American Civil War. Trying to think if I own any others. So maybe I would try them. I don't know. 80 and Abyss, third printing. Coin 1. Really good. Highly recommend it. Ardennes 44, fourth printing. I should have pre-ordered this one. Yes, I have. At least it tells me I have. So I don't need to do it again. This is part of the Mark 7-inch 40X system. 1940X, I guess. Where you're replaying through the Battle of the Bulge. 1 or 2 players. 12 hours per turn. 1.6 miles per hex. It's the Battle of the Bulge with low counter density for $38, which is, I mean, if you're trying to get an old copy of Ardennes, right now they're going for anywhere between $60 and $100. So, I mean, you might as well wait and pre-order this one for $38 and save you some money. And you get the most up-to-date version with all the new bells and whistles. And I believe it comes with the mounted map. But it doesn't tell us, does it? No, it doesn't. Where's the information again? Why? Fourth edition will be identical to the third edition, except for any known errata will be corrected. Remember how I was saying information and giving your players the information they need? Like, is there a mounted map in this? Does it come with a mounted map? Who knows? Because it doesn't tell you anywhere. Wait. I don't want that. 1.5 full color map sheets. Total size 30 by 37. I am assuming that is not mounted maps then. And hence the need for your mounted maps here. Which I had pre-ordered one of those because I'm smart. And I have ordered one of those as well because, again, I'm smart. But this is, this is, again, on this page, you should have a link to the mounted maps to make it easy for people. Oh, I'm going to order this, boom. And then if you want to order the mounted maps, have a link on this page to go over there. So GMT does not do a good job of selling their own stuff. I'm telling you, they don't. Artibus, Men of Iron, volume, 4, second printing? 3 counter sheets, 2 22 by 34 maps, player aid, 2 10-sided dice. Thank God for that. Uses the Men of Iron mechanic with a focus on detail of weaponry from the differences between closed formations and open, and the decline of the Swiss Pass de Sucy and the rise of the German Landsknecht, the major force of warfare in this era, and identically the best dressed man in Europe. Yes, Landsknecht's uniforms literally set the fashion trend at the same time for the entire Western world. All right. Well, you would think you would put that on your front cover of your box. Okay. Probably get this one. I don't know if I have this. What else do we got? At Any Cost, Metz 1870 second printing, which is, this is Herman's game. Herman Lootman. There he is, old Herman. And a lot of people have been waiting for this to finally come back into print because it's been out of print for years and years and years and years. And yet only 200 people decided to pre-order it. 205 to be exact. Like, we need another 300 people to say, hey, let's order it. Lots of great information. Yes, like this is how you're supposed to do it, right? Boom. System highlights, combat and cohesive systems, order system, chit pull system, activation system, CI scene chits, event chits, Prussian strategic movements, the maps. Like this is how you're supposed to give people the information. I can scroll down your website, I can scroll down this page, and I can see, oh yeah, I like this. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. Yeah, I don't have to spend 20 minutes trying to figure out whether or not I like this game or not. It's a good one. Two counter sheets. One 22 by 34 map, playbook, rulebook, scenario cards, French aid, Prussian aid, and 4 10-sided dice. Let's order this one. I don't normally do this, but I will. Atlantic Chase. This is third printing of Atlantic Chase. One of Rough Swordsman's favorite games. And one of my least favorite games. It's just not impressed with this one too much. Again, I didn't play too much. The scenario I think I played was extremely unbalanced. And it just was literally, what do I do other than drive my ship? I was the big Bismarck player. And my job was to go around England or cut through the channel. That was my one decision that I made the whole scenario. That was it. That was my one decision I made. And that's not really a great gameplay. I'm just sorry. But if you love Atlantic Chase, more power to you. But it's just, I don't see the great strategic decisions that everyone seems to make. As the Bismarck player, I had one of two choices: go around or go through the channel. That was it. Bandits of Snakes, second printing. I'll just leave that one because I will probably say something I will regret on that. I would just bypass that one if it was up to me. If you want a copy of this game, mine's for sale. So you can get it a lot sooner than waiting on the second edition to get reprinted because there's only 29 people out there that want it. So if you're looking for this game, contact me. You got my email address right there. It is. I will ship it out to you. I've only played it twice, not even twice. I played it like the first turn twice and gave up on it. And let's just leave it at that. Command and Color, Ancients. Expansion 6, the Spartas. The Spartans. I've got this pre-ordered. Obviously, if you have the Commands and Color system, you got to have the Spartans, right? I mean, everyone's going to be quoting, "This is Sparta." I mean, how many times do you think you're going to hear that when you're playing this game? Like 1,000? All right, Caesar Gaul versus Rome 2nd edition. I think I have, no, I have not pre-ordered this one yet. I'm still debating about the 1st edition, 2nd edition Cafascal. Yes, that's a true word. Look it up. I don't know about all these turning 1st edition into 2nd edition and like fixing the game. Like, why do we need to fix the games nowadays? What's wrong with them? Chariots of Fire, 2nd printing. Great Battles of History, 14, Warfare in the Bronze Age. The Bronze Age. So if I was to ask somebody out there, like you guys in the chat, what year is the Bronze Age? Because it does say it on there. Oh, okay. I was going to, see, you guys already seen it. You probably already cheated me. Like, if somebody was to say to you, when was the Bronze Age? How many of you out there would know what time they're talking about? Like, I would think it'd be like 0 to like 300 AD or maybe 300 BC to 0. Maybe. I have no idea what the Bronze Age is. The Bronze Age is 2300 to 1200 BC. That blows my mind. 2300 BC. That's like, we're at 24, what do we got? 2024 AD. This goes back farther the other way. This is 2300 BC. So there's more war going back in history from 0 than going forward from 0. Figure that out. Is that mind-blowing? I think it is. Final counter sheet. This is a great example of, I'm going to let you zoom in. Are you ready to zoom in? Boom. Like what? 2%? That's really going to help me. And I have ordered one of these. Look at me go. Combat Commander Europe 5th printing. I already can tell you I pre-ordered probably one. Yes, I pre-ordered it. And even though I have the dual pack as well. You have Combat Commander Mediterranean. I've ordered that as well. And like I said, there is already, we looked at this earlier, way earlier, somewhere. There's a dual pack somewhere. Here it is, right there. That has both the main game and the Mediterranean editions in one box. I've got that pre-ordered too. So I've got both editions and the combo edition ordered because I'm a Combat Commander-aholic. Glad to meet you. Where are we? Hopefully down here somewhere. I'd like to get this done sometime today. Combat Commander. Combat Commander Mediterranean. Combat Commander Resistance. These are your main games. Buy the combo pack. Buy the main games. Whatever you want to do. Either or. We're still, unbelievably, still at only 196 of those. Probably because I think a lot of people bought the combo pack. How many have bought the combo pack? 774. Okay. That's good. We'd like to get this one printed. I think they're probably going to reprint all the Combat Commanders at the same time. For what we talked about earlier. Makes sense for them to do that. Empire of the Sun. 5th printing. I own this game. It is a great Pacific Theater game that takes a little bit of time to learn it, and I just haven't spent the time to learn it, and I don't know if I ever will. It's a great game that I will probably never play, unfortunately. I really need to find some time for this one, but so many other games, so many other times. I actually played this. Somebody taught me this game probably, I'm thinking 30 years ago. When did Empire of the Sun come out? It's got to have been a long time ago. It's been a long time ago. Empire of the Sun. When did it come out? 2005. So I guess it was only 20 years ago. Seems a lot longer than 20 years ago. I was playing this game, but somebody was trying to teach it to me. And I was lost after they're playing a card and they're moving a bunch of units around and explaining to me how they're moving their units from playing the card. Now, I have played, since I played, that's, 20 years ago, I've probably played somewhere in the neighborhood of between 5,000 and 10,000 different games since then. I bet you now, if somebody tried to show me this game, I could probably pick it up in like 2 seconds. Because I'm now used to all those mechanics that I had never seen before in my entire lifetime. You're playing a card to move a bunch of counters on a map? That doesn't make any sense. Never saw it before. Now it's like the back of my hand. It's like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that's all about. So, yeah, it's only got 45 people because it just printed this like last year, 2 years ago. It hasn't been that long. So you can probably still get a copy of this from the old edition. Enemy Coast Ahead, the Dam Buster Raid. This is one of the ones that I missed, and I think I'm going to... Oh, I didn't pre-order this. Get a map. Get a booklet, scenarios, some dice. Thank God for the dice. Counter sheets. Another counter sheets. Player aids. You're going to be playing through a bunch of scenarios, 1 to 3 players. Where's my little sheet? Information? Why can I not find information about this game? Why is it a block of text? Why is it another block of text? You wonder why I didn't pre-order this one. Okay, moving on. Enemy Coast Ahead, the Doolittle Raid, second printing. Solitaire team game and recreating the Doolittle Raid. So the Doolittle Raid, for those of you who don't know, are the Lancaster bombers that went and bombed Japan and then tried to make it to China after bombing Japan to show Japanese that we were meaning business. April 21st, 1942. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Neat looking board there. Solitaire too? I should probably get this one. Yeah. 1 to 3 players. B-25 missile bombers. I said Lancaster. What am I thinking? B-25 missile bombers. You got historical scenarios. Well, I thought there was just one raid. So what other scenarios are you playing? Which is... makes me wonder. Makes me wonder. All right. Well, that's a good one. Falling Skies, second edition. This is coin 6. This is Caesar and Gaul up in France area, right? I think it's France. So, yeah, this is a good one if you like the coin game system. It has some actual battles and combat. You're actually going to be rolling dice for combat in this one. Fields of Despair, second printing. Flashpoint, South China Sea, second printing, which is, they just got this printed out last year, I think 2023. That's why there's only 23. I missed this one. I would have liked to get this one. Still, every once in a while, a copy will come available someplace, so I might pick this up. Flying Colors. I'm going to try and finish these up because, man, there's a lot. Holy crap. Okay. This is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Almost 2 hours. Flying Colors. Tactical ship combat game. If you don't have it, definitely get Flying Colors. Gandhi, another one of the coin games. Number 9. It uses there was the first game with the cool system. Solo system. So if you're looking for a great solo system for a coin game, Gandhi does a really good job of that. And it's a very manageable game. I think that is one of the most manageable games out there. Holland 44, mounted maps. So if you're going to buy Holland 44, just saying, you should probably get the mounted maps. Though I thought the mounted maps came in the box, so you should only order these if you have an older version that only has paper maps. Illusions of Glory, part of the World War I East Front CGG system. Love that game. It is one of the games that I think would be really good if they created a better tutorial system in the book for it, because this is one of the games that there is 1,000 exceptions to every rule out there in the game. And then it's just way unmanageable. They need to do a better job of explaining all that stuff. But it's still a great game. If you love Paths of Glory, you might want to try Illusions of Glory. Second printing of one of the best games that they produce is Men of Iron Tri-Pack. This is probably a great value for $59. You're getting 3 big box games in one box with a lot of content, a lot of counters, a lot of maps. You're getting 5 double-sided maps and 1 single map. You're getting 7.5 counter sheets, and you're getting this all for $59, $60. Are you kidding me? Great value. Obviously, if you got any interest in that kind of warfare, I would highly recommend you pick it up. Netski, the second edition. Again, why is there a second edition already? They just released the first edition. What the hell is wrong with the first edition? Don't know. Panzer, expansion 4, which I already own. I own Panzer and all the expansions. They're reprinting this one for some reason, because I don't think when they reprinted Panzer, they printed expansion 1 and 2 with the original Panzer. So expansion 3 and 4 never got reprinted, I think, if I recall, because I owned it all. So I didn't order when they reprinted it the last time. So now they decided to reprint 4. Polynesian War second printing. I don't know much about this game. It's a 1 to 2 player Mark Herman solitaire game. Oh, I should probably look into this one then. Oh, it doesn't matter. I already got it pre-ordered. Haha. I don't need to look into it. Plains Indian War second printing. Red Flag Over Paris. Red Storm, Serpent of Sea. This is the flying. I don't have any of those. This is the second printing of the Flying Colors expansion. That's what I meant to say. I'm surprised only 262 orders on this. I thought more people would want this. Why are we waiting on this? Let's get busy. Simple Great Battles of History, second edition, second printing. Stalingrad 42, second printing. Tank Duel Enemy of the Crosshair, second printing. If you missed out on Tank Duel the first time, pick this one up. It's going to be great. There's going to be a bunch of expansions. You're going to have all kinds of different tanks to play with, but you need the core game to play any of the expansions. So when the reprint edition comes in, get you a copy of it. I know a lot of people missed it, and They wish they would have got it. So definitely pick that one up. The British Way, second printing. We've talked about this one earlier. I'm not going to rehash that. The Dark Summer, second printing. The Dark Valley, second printing. The Russian campaign, which literally just came like 3 months ago. I'm not sure why they're reprinting it already. And Wilderness War. Doolittle and Dam Busters are great games. Yeah, they do look like good ones. I might have to. So yeah, I would look at this one and this one for me. Seem like they're going to fit what I'm looking at. I've always liked this one here, and I missed it. And I was going to get this when I did the GMT P500 50% off sale, and I didn't get this one because I didn't order anything. So I never got this one, so I would like to get this one again. I would like to get the Polynesian War and the Serpents of Sea. And yeah, Wilderness War, I feel sorry for this. This is such a great game. It's just, it's been out of print for so long. See, I didn't even order one of these. I had bought an old copy, like the second edition or third edition, that I bought secondhand or third hand or whatever it was for like $50 or $60. Because I'm like, by the time this gets reprinted, I will probably can play this other game like 20 times. So this game has been on the P500 reprint this for a long time and only 135 orders. So I want to see everyone. I would love to see this go skyrocketing up to 500 and get those pre-orders, because that would be, it's a great game. I feel sorry. I feel sad for it. It's been there so long. All right, there you go. That is the list of all the not there yet and all of the made the cut, and even some of the, what is this one? Coming soon. Yeah, in art and final development. There's a lot of games to talk about. Good Lord, 2 hours of yammering and yakking. My throat's sore. There you go. Hopefully, you made some wise decisions today. Click that button. Again, the only way these games ever get pre-printed is if you click those buttons and pre-order them. So, sitting there and looking at them going, oh, there's only 100 people. I'm not going to pre-order it. I'll just wait till there's 500. And you get 200 people that say that, then it never gets reprinted because nobody ever clicks the button. So the only time it's going to get reprinted is if you click the button. So I would recommend you click the button. You pre-order the ones you want. You don't have to pay for them now. You got to pay for them when they get printed. So you might as well. I don't know why people wait. I'm guilty myself. I do the same thing. Oh, I'm not going to do that for now. Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'll wait till later. And then the ones I wish would get done never get done. So anyways, that's a look at the GMT P500 for the end of what are we in? May 2024. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. We'll see you all next time. Take care, my friends. Tomorrow night, we're going to be doing our monthly recap. 46 games this month. It was insane month. We had an insane month. We started the month up in Columbus, Ohio at Buckeye Game Fest, playing games with the Player Aid and Herman, and talking and meeting up with Richard Lanius again and some of my good friends and buddies up there. So it's a good time to hang out. So we'll talk about Buckeye Game Fest. We'll talk about all the games we played this month, and we'll talk about all the crazy nonsense. And I did, yes, tonight I got my package. I got the package from my pre-order from Kickstarter from November 2019. I got it tonight. It is February. It is May 30th, 2024. Pre-order November 2024. I'm sorry, November 2019. I get it September 30th, 2024. Farnley decided to get it. So there's going to be a video about this coming. I just trying to decide how I want to do the video. Because I've got lots of things to say about Kickstarter, pre-orders, this crappy company, the way they ran the Kickstarter, the way they went to Origins for 2 years with trying to promote this game, coming soon, just so they can get more pre-orders so that they can finally produce the game and ship it out to us. And instead of actually producing the game and shipping out to us, they're busy going to cons and making posters and signs and big banners and miniatures and painting miniatures. So screw them. I ain't ever playing this game, and I ain't ever ordering anything from this crappy company again either. But again, that's got nothing to do with GMT games. That's got to do with a video coming soon to a theater near you. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you all next time. Take care. Have a good night. We'll see you down the line.